hear in Romans, all things work to the good for those who believe. So I'm going to be talking about this a bit with the college students, also talking about what we're going to be doing with Meta-Catholic, and seeing if we can get some interest in terms of maybe collaborations or some help from those students. We'll see what kind of grows of it. So I'm going to be out in California doing some networking. Hi everyone, Father Ian Van Heusen here. I'm here with Tim. Tim's over there. Are you in the photo? Yeah. All right. So we got some questions about what we're doing. Like, why should the Catholic Church invest in Web 3.0, Metaverse? Why should we do it? So we're heading to Catholic Answers. So we're gonna join them for Mass. I'm not sure yet if I'll celebrate. The thing that's really struck me the past 3-4 months, coming out here to San Diego a few times, doing a lot of networking, is how profoundly not easy a lot of this has been. It's I enjoy it in the sense of meaning and purpose, but it's the interesting thing with Meta-Catholic has been there's been a lot of resistance, which makes sense, right? And not always resistance from certain key people, but so we've had to do a lot of explaining and trying to help people to understand the technology, help people understand how things are going, and but that friction has been, I think, much more beneficial. I think we could look at, well, what does this mean for Meta-Catholic? What does this mean for the Art of Living Well? What does it mean for me personally? And I think for me personally, the element of suffering and discomfort and stepping outside of my comfort zone has just been very fruitful in a lot of ways. So here I am in San Diego. I never really planned on coming to California.
Turn right onto Isabel Green Road.
When you look at, for example, St. Peter's, thousands, perhaps millions of pilgrims come through every year, and they're amazed by the art and the beauty, but they don't encounter Christ, right? They can admire the craftsmanship, they can admire all the intricate details, but they are not led to the contemplation of the divine, the contemplation of God, which is beyond our sense, which is beyond our imagination. So art has to lead us to encounter Jesus Christ. And that's when the magic starts to happen. I think one of the key areas of need in the church right now to build an authentic subculture is to invest in art, to invest in beauty. Bishop Barron has made this a consistent point, though he's been doing it more intellectually, the importance of beauty. When you think about it, beauty inspires, it motivates, it lifts the heart. So we'll talk about that more in the coming talks throughout the day. I'm going to be giving a few talks. Is a sense of one of the things you have to be aware of is your study of art, theology, all of the aesthetics. Is it leading you to that mystical union, that contemplation of the divine, that encounter with Jesus Christ? Amen. So where do I think things are going? I think in the future, you're gonna watch a lot of content in VR and AR, and you're gonna experience a lot of things, maybe 180 videos or 360 videos. I don't think 360 videos are gonna catch on. It's gonna create a lot of interesting things with content, because actually video content might go back more to something like theater in the 180 context. Because how many of you guys are film majors, production? Right? So with videos, you make a lot of quick cuts, right? You can't do that with 180, because if you do that, you'll literally get motion sickness and maybe even have seizures, right? So, because you can't do lots of quick cuts like you can do with action films. So you're kind of immersed in the experience with these 180 and 360 videos. That's all of the technological side. If you have questions about the ethics, I'm actually working on a book that I'm like close to having a first copy done, maybe in a few weeks, on the ethical, philosophical stuff. So I'll open up to questions or comments. If you just have a comment, go ahead. Yeah, thanks so much, Jerry. Thanks so much, guys. Yeah. So the funny thing, when I was in seminary, there's a few dynamics with seminary. Most of the guys we were in seminary with were business engineers. There were only 2 of us out of 100 guys that were English majors. And I joked around, I have like the trifecta of useless degrees: English, philosophy, and theology. But that's not true. They're very useful in many ways. So when I was younger, I had an interest in sports. I was a soccer player.